He won a Nobel Prize, then refused to ever meet his own grandchildren.
His teenage daughter had married a man his exact same age.
She was 18. Her new husband, a world-famous comic, was 54.
Her father was a legendary playwright, and he was furious.
He cut her off completely and never said her name again.
They stayed happily married for life and had 8 kids, grandkids he chose to never meet.
An ancient law once erased every single debt every 7 years.
It's called the Shemitah, the Sabbath year, written into the book of Deuteronomy.
At the end of every 7th year, creditors had to release what their neighbors owed them.
The whole point was to stop poverty from trapping families forever.
But centuries later, a clever loophole let lenders skip the whole thing.
So the debt erasing law still exists today. You just have to find its fine print.
This pope was so brilliant he literally could not make a decision.
Pope Clement VII had a dazzling intellect and knew world affairs inside out.
But he saw every angle, every risk, every consequence, and it paralyzed him.
While he weighed his options, kings turned on him and Rome was left exposed.
In 1527, mutinous soldiers stormed and sacked the Eternal City itself.
So being the smartest man in the room can be the very thing that dooms you.
In 1830, the average American downed 4 shots of whiskey a day.
Americans that decade drank about 7 gallons of pure alcohol a year each.
Out west, corn farmers had a problem. Grain rotted, but whiskey didn't.
So they distilled their corn into whiskey, and it flowed like water.
And a whole gallon cost just 25 cents. A shot was under a penny.
Booze was literally cheaper and safer to trust than the local drinking water.
His plane flew to war-torn Spain, but it never left Germany.
He was handed sealed orders, opened only once airborne, parachute into enemy territory as a lone spy.
But the whole thing was a cruel joke. The crew was faking every mile.
The crew kept announcing they were nearing the front line as he sweated and gripped his seat.
Then the pilot faked an emergency landing and touched down safely back in Leipzig.
Rattled to his core, he defected soon after and fled the country for good.
People threw these away as burnt charcoal. They were 2,000-year-old books.
They came from a Roman villa buried when Mount Vesuvius erupted in 79 AD.
The blast didn't burn the scrolls to ash. It flash-charred them into brittle black cylinders.
For centuries, nobody could open them. Unrolling one just crumbled it into pieces.
So scientists blasted them with X-rays and let AI hunt for the faded ink inside.
Now they've digitally unwrapped a whole scroll and are reading words no eye has seen in 2,000 years.
The voices in her head weren't cruel. They told her she had a brain tumor.
Most people hear harsh, frightening voices. Hers were gentle and kind.
They calmly urged her, "Go to the hospital and get a brain scan." Doctors were skeptical, but the scan revealed a hidden tumor exactly where they warned.
Surgeons removed it in 1984, a meningioma the doctors had completely missed.
After the operation, the kind voices happily said goodbye, and she never heard them again.